Welcome everyone into the campus of Westside High School on a chilly November Friday evening. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you to bring you Westside Warrior football here on Tubetown. Thanks so much for joining us for the final regular season game here in 2021. Marcus, it has been a rocky year for the Westside Warriors, but facing off against the Gosnell Pirates tonight, who are not having such a good year themselves.
Yeah, it's definitely been a season of up and downs for both teams, but the good thing for Westside, if you're a Warrior fan, you get through tonight and you look towards the postseason, and that's what it's all about this time of year, is just getting to the postseason.
Of course, Westside coming in off of a win against the Highland Rebels last week, 22-18, the final of that one. But the Gosnell Pirates have lost several in a row, only one conference win on the year. As you take a look at the conference standings here in the 4A3, as often in the 4A3, we have a log jam at the top of the conference. Pocahontas and Rivercrest, no strangers to being at the top. But how about the Truman Wildcats? I think coming out and shocking a lot of people here in 2021 with a record of 5-1 this year in conference.
Well, especially last week with that big win at home over Rivercrest to put them into the three-way tie for first place in the conference. And if you notice there, we had three teams with one loss, and that's what I like to call the triangle of confusion, because it's the perfect scenario where no team has a head-to-head tiebreaker, because Pocahontas beat Truman beat Rivercrest, and Rivercrest beat Pocahontas. So once you get past those three teams, you saw Westside sitting in that number 4 spot. If they pull out the victory tonight, they'll secure the number 4 spot and head to the western side of the state for the playoffs.
So there is no conceivable way in which Westside could miss the playoffs this year.
Not that I'm aware of. I looked at this earlier today, and if Westside loses tonight and Cave City beats Truman, Westside would drop to the 5th position, which means they would probably go play Shiloh Christian in the first round of the playoffs. But I could not find a scenario where Westside would drop completely out of the playoffs. But you want to try to, if you're going to go play somebody over on the other side of the state, Shiloh's one of the teams you want to avoid. If Westside wins tonight and they have the tiebreaker over Cave City because they'll have the same amount of losses, they'll get either Elkins or Prairie Grove. I started to say Shiloh again, but it's either Elkins or Prairie Grove is who Westside will be facing if they win tonight. Now Coach Ingle's going to watch this after the game and probably say, hey, you're putting a hex on my team, because the whole thing with postseason play is that you don't talk about the next step until you accomplish the one in front of you. So we're just about ready for kickoff, so let's see if Westside can get this accomplished tonight.
Well, it's certainly a little bit of an incentive to make sure you come out of your final regular season game with a victory, with kind of that in the back of your mind, knowing
Sure.
If we win this game, we don't have to play what has traditionally been one of the best teams, not just in the state, but kind of almost in this Mid-South region.
Yeah, they definitely have a regional brand, if you will.
Again, a little bit cooler than the other side of the pillow here tonight in Jonesboro. Temperatures dropping down a little lower than 60 degrees. But it is perfect football weather here in the first weekend of November. The Gosnell Pirates have won the coin toss tonight. They have elected to receive a high pop fly of a kick. It'll be taken at about the 35-yard line and brought out to the 38, and that is where we will get our first look at the Gosnell Pirates.
Yeah, Gosnell is traditionally a power running team. Haven't seen them play this year, so I'm not real familiar with what they're going to come out with. Would not surprise me in the least to see them line up in some kind of power formation here to get the game going.
Reed Shelton looks like he's out there ready to lead this drive for the Pirates, standing in the shotgun formation. 3 wide receiver set, 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side. He'll hand it off to the tailback, the first play of the game. And that is Xavier Lewis, I believe, on the carry. He will take that forward for a gain of about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, nice move by Lewis to evade the initial tacklers who had broken through the line. He got past the first couple guys, but still didn't get much of a gain. He got just a little bit of positive yardage there to set up 2nd down.
They'll keep the same formation here on offense. They'll just flip it. 2 wide receivers now on the near side, 1 on the far side. Got a tight end out there, and now Reed Shelton will move the tailback to his left hip. Sends a man in motion, has to pick that snap up off the dirt, hands it off to Lane Wilkie, and Wilkie met in the backfield immediately by a couple of guys in red jerseys.
Yeah, Eli Willie there was the first guy. He didn't bite on the jet sweep there. The snap was kind of mishandled there, gave him an extra second, and nice takedown there, and this brings up a big third down here right off the bat for this Westside defense.
Now the Pirates will come out with 3 wide receivers. They'll stack them up on the far side of the field. 1 wide receiver here on the near side. That's Daniel Smith here on the near side. He's going to get some instruction from his coach on the sideline over here. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Now they'll send a man in motion. An option. Pitch out to the wide receiver. Hit in the backfield, and once again it's Lane Wilkie getting the carry, and once again stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down coming up, and it will be 4th and long. You can probably expect to see the Pirates punt this one away.
Yeah, I believe we'll see a punt here. That's about as good of a start as you could get if you're a Westside fan on defense. You see on the replay here, there's not going to be much running room at all here on this play. Just a little speed option. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I counted 6 red jerseys there to put that play to an end before it got started.
Now the punt on 4th and long. Nice spiral to that one. Picked up off the turf by Montana Neely. He's headed to the far side of the field at the far side 45. Now bounced out at the 40 or around there.
Good start, good starting position for the Westside offense. And, Andy, with the style of offense that Westside runs, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the passing of the general, Don Campbell.
Absolutely.
And his power-running offense that won multiple conference and state titles during out his tenure. Would not surprise me in the least to see Westside line up in 27 trap. Maybe here right off the first. Look at here, we got Dead T right off the first here. Going to line up in 27 trap. I bet you here's what's coming. There it is right there to Ivy.
Will hand it off to Michael Ivy running to the right side. Good for a gain of about 2. And as Marcus told you, that 27 trap play in memory of Coach Don Campbell.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Coach Campbell, he's a Arkansas High School Hall of Fame coach. Corning, Sheridan, Wynn. It was just, he was just one of the greats, and he will sorely be missed. A legend gone from the game here in the state of Arkansas.
Certainly left his mark around a lot of different programs in the state, as a run by Fowler on 2nd down will be taken out to about the 35-yard line. Referees sure took their time blowing that one dead. A little bit of a log jam right there at the 35, and they let that one go kind of like a rugby scrum.
Yeah, I kept waiting to see if he was going to pitch it back out like you see in rugby. But big 3rd down here for the Westside offense. You want to stay on the field. You got all the momentum from your defense coming out and getting a quick 3 and out. You want to keep this offense rolling here.
Darvin Fowler lined up in the fullback position, 2 backs behind him. All 11 guys stacked in the box here for the Pirates. Handoff bouncing to the outside is Ivy, and Ivy could not find the corner. He'll be stopped for either no gain or a short loss. We'll see how they mark this. It looks like the end result is going to be 4th and about 2 to go.
Yeah, not much room there on that play. Ivy just carried a couple guys with him for some positive yardage, but couldn't get to that 1st down marker. But would not surprise me here to see Westside go for this with 4th and 3. They're kind of in a no man's land as far as where the ball is.
Yerda is coming back out to the huddle. He breaks the huddle and steps up under center. 3 backs behind him, 1 wide receiver out on the far side of the field. Ball spotted at the Gosnell 29-yard line. QB sneak, and Yerda will pick up the Denver's Refrigeration 1st down.
Great push right there by the offensive line, and then you saw Darvin Fowler basically line up right behind Yerda. You can see it right here. Watch Darvin Fowler get the push on Yerda here. Just pushed him right through. Big 1st down right there.
He is without a doubt one of the warriors I would want behind me.
Absolutely.
Pushing if I had to go through a pile like that. Now 1st and 10, ball spotted inside the 30-yard line of the Pirates on the far side of the field. A handoff to Ivy. Ivy hits the hole, breaks a tackle inside the 20.
That's it. Well, we've got a fumble at the end of it here. Let's see if they rule him down or if they
Pirates are saying that they recovered.
They are definitely, yeah, it looks like they're going to give it to Gosnell.
There's the signal from the official. Boy, Michael Ivy found the hole on the far side of the field, was able to break a tackle, and I think on or right after that broken tackle, and we'll see it right here on the replay, he coughed it up at the end of that. So there's the gap. There's the broken tackle, and then somebody came in there and punched it out at the end.
Yeah, and he looks like he might have tried to switch hands with the ball mid-run, and, you know, that's a move that kind of makes coaches cringe a little bit. And it certainly paid off for Gosnell there to keep your hands on the ball and make the strip.
Now the Pirates take over on their own 16-yard line. There's the snap, the pitch out to the right. Here's Xavier Lewis trying to find the corner, drugged down by his jersey, Ashton Rasden, hanging on for dear life and not letting go.
Rasden made enough initial contact there that he could hold on to him and just hold him up until he could get some teammates there to help bring him down.
Lewis was able to pick up about 2 on that carry, so it should be 2nd and 8 as the Pirates get ready to run their next play. They'll stay in the shotgun formation. They'll have a substitution, a late sub come on here. Mikai King. They'll line up on the far outside. 3 wide receivers set here for Reed Shelton. Dropping
Screen
back.
pass.
Wide receiver screen. Daniel Smith goes up to catch it, breaks a tackle. He is down at about the 35-yard line, and Daniel Smith with a little bit of high point action.
Daniel Smith is a big dude. Watch right here. He's gonna have defenders on him, and he's just gonna shuck them off like an ear of corn.
Look at how much bigger he is than Ashton Rasden.
He had to go up high to get that. Shakes off Darvin Fowler, and he's off to the races. Ivy was able to go low on him and take his legs out. Otherwise, he might still be running.
It's a 1st and 10. Here's a fumble.
I think Westside just got it back.
And they did. The Warriors recover.
JT McGuire with the recovery.
Broken play there from the Pirates.
Yeah, just a bad pitch from the quarterback out to the back, and that play was doomed from the start.
Yeah, he threw it behind Xavier Lewis, did Reed Shelton.
Here you see on the replay, just a bad pitch. The pitch went behind him, and got to give JT McGuire his props there for hopping on the ball and recovering for Westside. Each team with an early turnover, Andy.
Basically gives the ball right back to Westside where they started.
Yeah, not much loss there because they're very close to where they initially fumbled the ball.
I'll hand it off to Fowler. Darvin Fowler trying to break through that line of scrimmage. Falls forward for what might be a gain of about a yard. Maybe looks like they were going to give him a half yard. Now they'll give him the full.
Yeah, he briefly had a hole there, but Gosnell closed up that hole rather quickly before Fowler could get all the way through.
It looked like a good job by Tadarian Partee in there at nose tackle for the Pirates. 2nd and 9 coming up. There's the handoff to Ivy. Ivy hit the hole hard, and he is down inside the 15-yard line, held onto the football on that run.
Yeah, you see Michael Ivy putting a little more emphasis on ball security that time, had both hands over the top of the ball.
Take a look at the quick handoff here on the replay.
Watch him there as he makes contact with the defense. You can see him take both hands and wrap that ball up.
And now they're going to come out and measure this one to see if Ivy got enough yardage for the first. Boy, Ivy just kind of snuck through that hole. It looked like he got the handoff, and all eyes were still in the backfield as he was turning upfield.
Yeah, I think they were expecting that. It looks like they're just a tad bit short. I think they were expecting that ball to go to Fowler in that situation there, and Ivy popped him with the quick hit, but he's just short of the first down. Bring up 4th down here.
It'll be third
down, excuse me.
And about half yard to go. It'll be Ivy, Stonecipher, and Fowler in the backfield behind Gus Yerda. Ashton Rasden, the lone wide receiver. 10 guys in the box for the Pirates, and they are bringing everybody. Here's Fowler through the line, inside the 5, rumbling into the end zone for a touchdown. Darvin Fowler for 14 yards, and the Warriors now lead by 6.
Fowler was not going to be denied on that. He broke several tackles on his rumble to the end zone. See here on the replay, he's going to get it from that deep tailback position, follow his blockers through, bust through 1, 2, 3 tackles, possibly 4. The fourth tackle there, he was not to be denied.
What a job by Darvin Fowler. Now on to attempt the extra point is Hayden Alls. He will put it through the uprights. Good. So the Warriors, with 4:51 left to play in the first quarter, lead by 7 over the Gosnell Pirates. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you, and we are back with more first quarter action from Westside on Tubetown right after this.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Getting hungry yet? Fox's Pizza in Bono can fill you up. Try one of the 10 featured gourmet pizzas, like the Steak Rancher or the Taco Pizza. Fox's offers more than just pizza. Try the delicious stromboli, salads, wings, pasta, and more. Check out the daily lunch specials from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. every day. Don't feel like getting out? Place your order online and let Fox's deliver to you. Fox's Pizza in Bono.
Back here at Warrior Stadium on the campus of Westside High School, the Warriors with a 7-0 lead over the Gosnell Pirates. The ensuing kickoff goes inside the 10, picked up by Xavier Lewis. Trying to shimmy down to the 15-yard line. He does get down to about the 16, and that's where the Pirates will come back out on offense after a punt and a fumble. That fumble set up a 3-play, 35-yard drive for the Warriors. It was a 14-yard rumble from Darvin Fowler to find the end zone. And you won't see very many Westside Warrior drives that go 3 plays long.
No, that's that would be the equivalent of as close as they're going to get to a hurry-up offense with a 3-play drive.
Without a doubt. We're over halfway through this first quarter. 4:44 left to play in the first. Screen formation being set up by the Pirates. A bit of a fumble there on the reception. They're going to say he did catch it, did fumble it, and pick it up. He'll make his way out to about the 18, but there is a flag down in the backfield. That flag came out right as soon as the play started. So I wonder if it might be, I think I might have just heard illegal formation or illegal substitution or maybe a legal motion. Either way, it is going to go on the Pirates, and it was illegal, whatever it was.
That's usually why they throw the yellow flag.
It's
hard to see the hand motions there from the white hat as he's facing the opposite way from where we are.
Yep. Yeah, one way or the other, it's unless it's a holding penalty, it's going to be of the 5-yard variety here. But Westside is actually going to decline that penalty, and it will be 2nd and 10. They'd rather take the down instead of the yardage. So now the Pirates move out of that screen formation. Well, you knew what play they were going to run just by looking at the formation.
Yeah.
2 wide receivers now on the near side, one on the far side with a tight end in the slot. Here's a pass out to the near side, and Ashton Rasden right there to play. Great defense on Lane Wilkie.
Yeah, Rasden has been all over that play tonight. That's the 2nd or 3rd time they've run it, and he's been right there to eliminate any possibility of yards after the catch. You can see it here on the replay. Watch Rasden, number 2. He sees the play, comes up, immediately puts a good tackle on him, and stops the play before any yak can be gained.
Good job of reading the quarterback's eyes. Rasden was breaking to the football before it was
even thrown. It was even thrown. That's about as good a technique as you can get.
Absolutely. So now 3rd and about 7 or 8.
Wow.
And it's going to be Lewis who comes out of the backfield like his cleats are on fire.
Yeah, Eli Willie was a half a second away from intercepting the pitch right there on that play. He was that close to just intercepting the pitch. I mean, he timed it perfectly get there, and minimal gain for the offense, so to bring up, I believe, 4th down. You can see it on the replay. He's just about there, and he was just able to slide by him a half a second sooner, and he's probably taking that for 6.
Yeah, and that was a great job by Gavin Rasdin making the open field tackle, because I'm telling you, Xavier Lewis had some momentum going once he took that pitch.
He's shown really good wheels tonight early on. He's just not had much room to run.
After the bounce, here's Montana Neely taking the punt to the 40. What looked like almost a horse collar tackle. He is brought down at the 40, but no flag as he didn't have his hands inside of the pads. But we do have a Pirate who is down after the play right in front of the Pirate bench.
Yeah, and you touched on it, Andy. The one reason we didn't have a horse collar there is because he just had a handful of jersey and not the pads. Had he had a hold of his pads, that would have probably been a 15-yard penalty.
So Westside, again, will be taking over on offense on the 40-yard line. But right now we have got a Gosnell Pirate who is down after the punt return. So with 3:44 left to play here in the first quarter, 7-0 Westside leading Gosnell. We'll step aside for a brief moment. We'll come back to Warrior Stadium right after this on Tubetown.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Getting hungry yet? Fox's Pizza in Bono can fill you up. Try one of the 10 featured gourmet pizzas, like the Steak Rancher or the Taco Pizza. Fox's offers more than just pizza. Try the delicious stromboli, salads, wings, pasta, and more. Check out the daily lunch specials from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. every day. Don't feel like getting out? Place your order online and let Fox's deliver to you. Fox's Pizza in Bono.
3:44 left to play in the first quarter. It is a 7-0 lead for the Westside Warriors over the Gosnell Pirates. The Warriors have the football right now on the Gosnell, about the 40-yard line. We'll say the 41. Had to take a brief timeout as Whit McDonald was injured for the Pirates on that punt return. Thankfully, he was able to make his way off the field. Trainers are giving him some attention on the sideline now. Look to be attending to maybe his left leg or ankle. So hopefully he is all right. Marcus, not to, pardon the pun, but add insult to injury, but Westside's defense been playing really well so far here through the first few possessions, actually holding the Pirates to only 2 total offensive yards through this first quarter so far.
Well, you can't do it much better than that. That's the start you want on the defensive side of the ball.
Here's Fowler breaking 1 tackle in the backfield, enough to move the ball past the line of scrimmage. He'll get down to about the 38-yard line. Looks like we should have 2nd and 8 coming up from the near side hash marks.
Here you see it on the replay. Fowler's going to make a good little cutback right there to get positive yardage. He should have been tackled in the backfield, but was able to kind of shimmy his way through and make something out of nothing.
The muscle hamster has got some moves, no doubt.
I love that name.
I think it's so fitting for Darvin Fowler.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's like a bowling ball back there. He will just run you over. Here's Michael Ivey running over the tackles here on 2nd and 8. It'll be 3rd and manageable coming up as Ivey moves the ball down to about the 34-yard line. It'll be, again, about 3rd and 4 coming up. Under 2:45 left to play with now in the first quarter. Again, it's Ashton Rasdin going out wide at the top of your screen. And here's the keeper from Yurda. Gets a nice push from behind, and that is more than enough to pick up the Denver's Refrigeration first down. They move the pile all the way down to about the 25.
Well, that's very successful for a quarterback sneak, and we've seen it twice tonight. Very seldom do you see more than 2 or 3 yards gained on this quarterback sneak, but Ivy and Stonecipher both give him a push, he picked up a good 7-8 yards there to pick up the first down and keep this ball rolling for Westside.
So now a 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 2:15 left to play in the first. At that same offensive formation. Pirates bringing pressure from the right. The Warriors going to run it up the middle. And that one looks like it was stopped for maybe a gain of about a yard, maybe a half yard. It'll be 2nd and about 9 coming up for Westside as we are under 2 minutes to play here in this first quarter.
See here on this replay, just almost like a little counter play there. Ivy started to the right, cut back to the left. Wasn't much there. The Gosnell defense stayed at home and shut him down pretty quick.
And good job by the Pirate defense on that play. 2nd and 9. Dropping back to pass. Going to the end zone, looking for Rasden. Over the shoulder catch. Rasden into the end zone for the score.
How about that? Going deep through the air. Wow.
Gus Yerda showing off his arm in the final home game of the year.
Just a go route for Rasden. Look at the concentration. He looks it right in. Got the defender hanging on him, and he still brings the ball in. What a play there by Ashton Rasden. I think they definitely caught the defense by surprise there. I don't think anybody in the stadium expected that ball to go to the air.
25-yard pass from Gus Yerda. And now Hayden Alls attempting the extra point. Good. 14-0 is the score with $1:25 left to play in the first quarter. Westside over Gosnell. We're back with more action from Warrior Stadium right after this on Tubetown.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Andy Manus and Marcus Carlton here with you on a chilly November Friday in Jonesboro. The Westside Warriors up on the Gosnell Pirates 14-0 now with 1:25 left to play in the first quarter. It was a 4-play, 41-yard drive. Took about 2.5 minutes off of the clock here in the first. It was a 25-yard touchdown pass from Gus Yerda to Ashton Rasden. Now here on the kickoff to follow, here's Lane Wilkie making his way out to the 45-yard line. Nice return to set up some good field position for the Gosnell Pirates.
You know, Andy, we've seen early here when some of these Gosnell kids get out in space, they've got good speed. Wilkie there had great speed, made a couple great moves, and got the return up near midfield.
We've seen him go to Wilkie a couple of times in the backfield as we take a look at the replay of that kickoff return.
Yeah, watch Wilkie here. He gets some space to work with, and you can see he's got really good speed, got a good block right there, broke a tackle. He spins around here, gets some additional yardage, another little shimmy and shake, and I'm impressed with the speed so far that we've seen from Gosnell. It's just when they've gotten the ball, they've not had much opportunity to get started. The Westside defense has had good pursuit tonight and busted through the line several times to not allow them to get going.
Yeah, 2 3-and-outs and a fumble for the Pirates here in the first quarter.
Andy, a lot of big games here in the conference tonight. Looking over Rivercrest and Blytheville, it's 13-0 Rivercrest, 7:15 left in the first quarter. So there's with that three-way tie at the top, we're going to be efforting to get some scores from around the conference. Shout out to Todd Vinson with Rivercrest for giving us that score early on. He and I are texting back and forth, giving them score updates to keep each other informed on what's going on. I'm efforting a Pocahontas Highlands score and also a Truman Cave City. As soon as I get those, I'll let everybody know.
Here's a little option play and a pitch out to Xavier Lewis. Oh, no, check that. Brian Hatley on the run there for the Pirates. Good for a pickup of about 3. Nice job by Shelton getting it in front of the tailback this time.
Yeah, much better
miscue
pitch
earlier in the game.
Yeah, much better pitch this time.
Pirates did call a timeout to start this drive, so they do have 2 remaining here in the first half. Westside still has all 3 of theirs with a $1:05 to play here in the first quarter. Clock stops as the tailback went out of bounds. Now a little misdirection here. Shelton's going to keep it himself, trying to find the edge here at the 50, and he will step out right in front of the sideline official at midfield. So 3rd and about 6 coming up. Again, the clock will stop with 57 seconds left to play.
You don't see a quarterback lower his shoulder like that on a run very often. But kudos to Reed Shelton. He was not going to take the easy way going out of bounds there.
Shelton listed as a safety on defense as well, so he is no,
if he's safety,
no stranger to bringing the lumber for sure.
Yeah, he's not afraid to hit somebody if he's in that safety position on D.
3rd and long, 9 seconds left on the play clock. Pirates look like they still don't have the play. 3 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Tailback goes out into the flats. Again, it's the misdirection. Shelton's going to keep it himself, steps up between the tackles and is hit immediately. Might have gotten a yard out of that. I think they'll give him 1.
Yeah, you see here on the replay, I believe that's Edward Wilson getting through, makes initial contact, puts a hard hit on him and holds on to him, and then a couple other Warriors come in to help put him down for the minimal gain. Another 4th down here.
Saw Eli Willing in there too. It looks like he is giving this Pirate offensive line all they can handle here tonight.
Yeah, Willie's we've called his name several times already here in the first quarter.
Pirates looking like they're going to keep their offense on the field, and they will. 4th and 6. Game clock down to 45. Play clock did not start. There, it is running now. Shelton just going to take a shot down the field into double coverage. No flags, and it will be a turnover on downs. Trying to link up there with Lane Wilkie, but it was well defended. Rasden was in there, and so was Montana Neely.
Yeah, I think you had Neely and both Rasdens in on that play. Looked like Gavin Rasden was right there to break that up. Good coverage. Westside will take over right at midfield.
So with 35 seconds, here come the Warriors. Ball spotted on the near side hash mark. It's going to be Ivy, Stone Cipher, and Fowler. Pirates bringing a couple of guys up to the line of scrimmage here last second. Here's Fowler trying to bounce it to the far side right. Flag comes out as Fowler takes this one down to the Pirate 48-yard line. It would be a pickup of about 3, but this one is going to be coming back likely because of holding, and there's the signal. It is going to be on the Warriors, and they'll back that one up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So it goes from being 2nd and 8 to being about 1st and maybe 18.
Let's see if we can see the hold here.
Yep, 73
yeah,
right 70, there.
Yeah, yep.
Tyler Watlington, the sophomore for the Warriors. You got to let your defender go once the ball moves past you.
Yeah.
And Watlington just kind of held on to him there.
Like hearing your name called, but not when it's associated with the penalty.
Well, and those guys on the offensive line, they never get any credit.
Yeah. The only time we call their name is
as soon as something goes wrong.
Something bad, yeah.
1st and 20 now. Here's a handoff to Ivy, who breaks a couple of tackles up the middle and is going to regain a couple of those yards back. It'll be 2nd and what looks to be about maybe 16 to go. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. So, 1 quarter in the books here in the final regular season game in Jonesboro. The Westside Warriors lead the Gosnell Pirates 14-0. We'll take a quick break and come back with the second quarter right here on Tubetown.
This is where it all began. The careers of governors and mayors, business leaders and thinkers, doctors and researchers, artists and teachers, champions and victors. This is who shaped their futures, no matter where they were. This is where it started. This is where success ignited. This is where they were A-State made.
We live in unprecedented times. Long hours, health checks to start the day. But First National Bank has been around since 1889, and we've seen unprecedented before. Even though our smiles may be masked, our dedication to service will be what's unprecedented. We'll be right here, where we've always been, doing what we do best, putting you first, always.
Fall football season and food as you take a look at the Lookout Cookout deck here on the campus of Westside High School. The Warriors lead the Gosnell Pirates 14-0 as we head into the second quarter. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you on a chilly Friday night. I can smell that barbecue all the way up here, buddy.
Absolutely, man. Cindy Willis and Clay Crane, and I think I even saw Coach Lehman over there helping out tonight. So good food coming.
Here's Gus Yerta on a second down run. Sprinting downfield. He'll be taken down by his shoestrings at about the 21-yard line. Heck of an effort there by Sid Laura to hawk down Yerta.
Yeah, nice fake on the handoff there, and he just follows his blockers and picks up big yardage before anybody can get close to him, and he's a shoestring tackle away from breaking that one and going the distance.
Again, Sid Lara on the tackle there for Gosnell, a touchdown-saving tackle, as now the Warriors are in the red zone, or right at the red zone, I should say, not quite inside the 20. Ball spotted on the 21. There's the handoff to Fowler. Fowler breaks one tackle in the backfield, will make a cut, and will push the pile across the 20. Well, the Warriors have been winning these rugby scrums all night long, but they haven't won one that looked that dominantly.
Well, it looks like he was stopped here, and I'm surprised the whistle didn't blow, honestly, because it looked like he's just about to get stopped, and he just keeps pushing forward right here. A little second effort, gains another good 3 yards right there with the leg drive.
Got some great help there from Spencer Long. And now, 2nd and 5. Now the Warriors are in the red zone. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line of Gosnell. There's the misdirection, a handoff to Stonecipher. And Stonecipher will pick up about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, nice pickup there. It's and in this position now, Gosnell's got to be considering that Westside may put the ball back in the air again.
Yeah, caught everybody off guard on that 25
caught me
pass
off guard
last
for sure.
drive. Well, I'm right in the same boat with you. 3rd and 2. Here's the keeper that's worked so well tonight. Yerta moves the ball inside the 10-yard line, so we're going to have a 1st and goal coming up.
That's the 3rd time we've seen that quarterback sneak go for a big gain here. Again, you just get the push from behind and the offensive line doing their job and getting the holes opened up. And, you know, tonight we're paying tribute to Coach Don Campbell. In the spirit of Coach Campbell, I say run it again.
Yeah, if you got a quarterback sneak going 3 to 4 yards every time you run it, might as well run it again. 1st and goal now. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. Everybody coming from Gosnell. There's the pitch out to Fowler. Fowler finding the corner. He's into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night. A 9-yard scoop for Darvin Fowler.
Great pitch. He get the edge sealed off here. You'll see it on the replay. Great block right there by Caleb Mueller. Frees Fowler up, and he just puts his head down and bowls over the defenders and adds another touchdown to his stats for the night. Puts Westside up 20.
Hayden Alls about to attempt the extra point. Gosnell nearly got to that one, but it will go through, and it is 21-0 now. Again, with 10:02 left to play here in the first half. Coach Engel got to be pretty happy with the way his team is playing so far tonight. Meanwhile, Coach Lewis Ernest, in his 3rd season with the Pirates, still trying to kind of get that culture built there, or rebuilt, I should say, in Gosnell. But, again, had a lot of problems at the beginning of the year, had a lot of problems with depth. Obviously dealt with some COVID situations at the beginning of the year and trying to get that program moving back in the right direction.
Well, it seems like it's kind of been a one step forward, two steps back, cycle that has happened to Gosnell a few times this year. It just seems like, they just can't seem to get their feet under them, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, Pirates have a winning tradition, so no doubt they will be getting back to that before you know it.
Yeah, 2 years ago on this very field, Gosnell and Westside were playing for the conference title. That was
that's right.
A
final regular season match for all the marbles.
For all the marbles. That was quite the evening, and it came down to the very end of the game.
It absolutely did. Logan McPherson rushing that in for a game-winning touchdown as time expired.
Yeah, on senior night. How about that?
That was one of the greatest games I think we've ever called.
Oh, by far one of the most entertaining games we've ever had.
Here's the kickoff. And I think that was Minkai King, one of the biggest players on the field.
Yeah.
No, that was actually Daniel
Smith.
Yep. I think that's who I meant to be talking about. But, yeah, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Warriors have only beaten the Pirates one time. And that
was
night.
The first, so that 2019 victory here to seal the conference title was the first victory over Gosnell in 20 years. Because the previous time they had beaten them was 1999. So, you're talking about
before half these players are even born.
Yeah, I don't know there anybody would have. Yeah, we might have had some of the coaching staff might not have been
thinking about
born.
doing the math there, and I was like, First and 10 for the Pirates, running from their own 34-yard line. A scramble out to about the 36. And that looked like Wilkie on the carry.
So you can see here's the overall series history. And it's pretty one-sided there. Gosnell leads 18. It's actually 18-2 because you got the 1999 win, and then you got the 2019, and then everything else is Gosnell Pirates. So, and then there you see that 36-30 win in 2019 from Westside. It was a lot colder that night than it is tonight.
Yes,
rained all day and rained up till right about kickoff, and then it just got insanely cold after that.
Here's Wilkie running a little bit of a wildcat formation, it looked like that time for the Pirates. Able to pick up a couple of yards. Again, Wilkie showing off his speed. Watch how quickly he gets out of the backfield. He's standing at the 30. Whoop, he's at the 35.
Yeah,
5 yards just like that.
Left Darvin Fowler hugging air with just a little move to the right there and then cut back to the left and got a little bit of positive yardage.
Now a 3rd and 7 play coming up for the Pirates as Charles Kennemore makes his way out to the Gosnell huddle.
Being serenaded on 3rd down tonight with little AC/DC. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not. Feels like a Friday night to me.
Absolutely.
Here's Wilkie with a big run down the sideline, and Wilkie showing off his speed. Will he win the foot race to the end zone? He will. And Lane Wilkie taking it 66 yards for the score.
Yeah, I think we've got a flag. It might be coming back here,
no.
Andy. I think I see a flag.
Wilkie is going to be upset about that one. We talked about it, Marcus, him showing off his speed, and you saw it there, and that is an unfortunate break for the Pirates.
Well, I mentioned a few minutes ago just about a 1 step forward, 2 steps back cycle for Gosnell, and there's a prime example of it. You get a great play, and it still doesn't take away the speed put on display there by Wilkie. He got to the 50 and he hit the afterburners, but I think he got to the 50 because of a hold.
That man hit the Jets.
He certainly did. But they're definitely backing it up, so it's going to be all for nothing. All he got from that was burned stamina.
Now it will go from being a 6-point score for the Pirates to a 3rd and about 17. If that does not take the wind out of your sails.
That's frustrating if you're a Pirate fan or if you're on that offense to feel like that you're about to break through and get yourself back into this game and only to have it called back by a flag. And I did not see the specific hold, but as quick as he got to the 50, I'm going to say it happened behind him.
So now Wilkie again going to stand back, going to throw it now. A little jump pass. It's intercepted. Going the other way now. It's Caleb Mueller who picked it off.
Great anticipation there by Mueller. Looked like kind of a jump pass there.
That's it. That's exactly what it was, Marcus. The Pirates ran the old Tim Tebow jump pass.
There you see, and
Mueller read it the whole way.
Read it perfectly. I mean, he read it like a book and gets a little ball security and heads back the other way, and old Uncle Mo stays on the sideline of the Warriors for the moment. They get you a drink, Caleb. I think you deserved it after that.
Absolutely. It seems like the winds had shifted slightly in favor of the Pirates, and the next thing you know, the Warriors have it 1st and 10 from the Gosnell 34. There's a handoff to Ivy. Ivy gets hit right at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Picked up about a yard, maybe a yard and a half on that. We'll call it 2nd and 8. And we are now under the 7:45 mark to play here in the first half. Gosnell has 2 timeouts remaining. Westside still has all 3 of theirs. And I know they're at the 25-yard line, but Westside's got a good chance to milk this one down to under 4 minutes. If they play the way Coach Ingle wants. Play action, looking to go to the end zone here. Here's Spencer Long. And Long caught it and stayed in bounds, did not score, but he is inside the 5-yard line, and it will be 1st and goal coming up for the Westside Warriors. Boy, Coach Ingle going in the bag of tricks here tonight in the first half.
Ball's underthrown a little bit. If he leads his receiver a little bit, that's an easy 6, but kudos to Long there for kind of bailing out Yerta with the underthrown ball, and Westside's inside the 5-yard line now, threatening to score again. That's more passes tonight than we've seen the rest of the year combined.
When I'm sitting here talking about running the clock down to under 4 minutes, and Coach Ingle said, nah, let's go to the end zone, fellas. 1st and goal now with a staggered I formation. There's the handoff to Fowler, and Fowler is into the end zone with ease. A hat trick in the first half for Darvin Fowler. 3 scores on the ground as he makes sure the referee gets that ball.
Oh, this is pretty easy right here. I mean, he's almost untouched until he gets into the end zone. And, you know, in the spirit of wanting to do things right, he tosses the ball to the referee. Referee drops it. He immediately goes back and picks it up for him. So, pretty good night of work already if you're Darvin Fowler.
About a 34-yard drive, if I did my math right. 24, excuse me. And the extra point to follow is good. 28-0 here. Westside now leading Gosnell with 6:58 left to play in the first half. We're going to step aside for a quick break, and we'll be back with more action from Warrior Stadium right after this.
Getting hungry yet? Fox's Pizza in Bono can fill you up. Try one of the 10 featured gourmet pizzas, like the Steak Rancher or the Taco Pizza. Fox's offers more than just pizza. Try the delicious stromboli, salads, wings, pasta, and more. Check out the daily lunch specials from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. every day. Don't feel like getting out? Place your order online and let Fox's deliver to you. Fox's Pizza in Bono.
This is where it all began. The careers of governors and mayors, business leaders and thinkers, doctors and researchers, artists and teachers, champions and victors. This is who shaped their futures, no matter where they were. This is where it started. This is where success ignited. This is where they were A-State made.
28-0 now as the Warriors get ready to kick this one away. Another high kick taken at the 35-yard line. And the return man spun down by his neck. Flags are going to come out at the end of that one. I think they're going to get the Warriors for a horse collar here.
Yeah, it's a horse collar or face mask. I think it may be a face mask because it looked like the Gosnell player looked like his head got twisted around quite a bit. Yeah, they're calling face mask.
So the Pirates will get some yardage out of that one. They might get more yardage out of this penalty than they've had on total offense tonight. It has not been a good night for the Pirates through the first quarter and a half with 6:51 remaining here in the first half. 2 turnovers, a turnover on downs, and a couple of punts for Gosnell, just struggling to get anything going. Had 1 touchdown called back because of a holding penalty, and it was a heck of a run by Lane Wilkie.
Yeah, that's you kind of see that let the air out of the Gosnell offense there when they saw that play getting called back. If you're Gosnell, you just kind of find something positive to build on, and that's not it.
That is not it. Wilkie out of the Wildcat formation, hit hard by Justin McFall. Take a look at the replay here. McFall introduces himself. Hello.
Whew. I believe that was Edward Wilson.
Oh, it was. It was 60, not 50. My bad. Excuse me, Edward. I apologize. I'm Team Edward.
Yeah, that's 2 big hits tonight right there at the line of scrimmage for Edward Wilson.
6:15 to play here in the first half. Now 2nd and 10. Let's see, got a Pirate over here near the sideline getting getting a last-minute play, and now coach is just going to either have to call a timeout or get the delay of game, and they will call a timeout. So that will be the second called timeout of the Pirates here in the first half. They trail the Westside Warriors 28-0 with 5:58 left to play in the second quarter. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you. We'll step aside for a brief moment, and we'll be back with more action from Jonesboro right after this.
We live in unprecedented times. Long hours, health checks to start the day. But First National Bank has been around since 1889, and we've seen unprecedented before. Even though our smiles may be masked, our dedication to service will be what's unprecedented. We'll be right here, where we've always been, doing what we do best, putting you first, always.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
5:58 left to play in the first half. It is 28-0 Warriors leading the Gosnell Pirates as Lane Wilkie taking this second down run right up the middle. Wilkie picking up about 4 or 5 yards. Well, since they've switched to this Wildcat formation, I almost called it a shotgun formation, but this Wildcat formation, Wilkie has been able to pick up some positive yardage out of the backfield. If you missed any part of tonight's game, you want to go back and see some of these Darvin Fowler scores we've had here in the first half, and maybe some of this aerial attack. If you're just tuning in, you missed some great throws from Gus Yerta. You can catch the replay Saturday at 6 p.m. on Ritter Cable Channel 21. Or you could catch the replay Thursday at 7 p.m. on Suddenlink Channel 18.
Or if you want to see the special halftime show that we've got coming up tonight and you can't get to it tonight, catch it on the replays. Hey, Andy, we've got a score update from the other side of the state between Prairie Grove and Elkins, which is who Westside could potentially be facing in the playoffs. Right now in the second quarter, Prairie Grove leads Elkins 28-6. So it's looking like it may be Prairie Grove on the agenda for the Warriors if things hold up at both games like they are currently.
28-0 here in the first half. And look at Wilkie out here, even down by 4 scores, not 7 years ago, but picking up another few yards is Wilkie.
Watch the replay here, man. He's making moves, and give that man a harump because he is gaining positive yardage where there shouldn't be any.
And now it looks like we got another timeout call out on the field. And I am going to wager a guess that this is – oh, no, beg your pardon. We're going to have a measurement. I was going to say, I think the Pirates might have called another timeout. But, nope, here comes the chain gang.
All right, Andy, yes or no? Do they have it?
Yes.
I agree. Normally I would take the opposite side with you. Doug, our stat guy, says no, so he's going to go opposite.
From where the chains are, I think they got half the football.
There you go. Oh, look at that.
More than half. Oh.
No LASIK needed for Andy Manus in the eyes there.
That's right.
Eyes of a hawk.
Little less than that, but yeah, 1st and 10 coming up either way here for the Gosnell Pirates.
Another score from around the 4A3 conference, Andy. Pocahontas having absolutely no trouble with Highland tonight. 34-0 in the second quarter. That game's going to be turbo clocked by halftime. And Pocahontas, if Pocahontas, Truman, and Rivercrest all three win tonight, Pocahontas will win on the tiebreaker, and they will have the top seed going into the playoffs. The 2 seed would go to Truman because Truman has the head-to-head over Rivercrest. So Rivercrest, if I've looked at the standings correctly and all the tiebreaker scenarios and everything, Rivercrest would actually fall to the 3, even though they only have 1 loss in conference.
Yeah, let's take another look at those conference standings here in just a moment, and we'll show you what a logjam it is at the top. Pocahontas at 5-1, along with Rivercrest and Truman.
I don't have a score on the Truman Cave City game, but Pocahontas and Rivercrest both have complete control of their games. Pocahontas up big over Highland, and Rivercrest up big, 26-0 for Rivercrest over Blytheville here, closing in on halftime of both of those games. Haven't been able to secure a score on the Truman Cave City game yet. Still efforting that, but it looks like that Pocahontas is going to be your 4A3 conference champs, and it'll be a co-champ situation. But for seeding purposes, Pocahontas will get the 1, Truman the 2, and Rivercrest the 3.
1st and 10. Here's Wilkie out of the backfield, slung down by his waist at the 40. A great open field tackle there by Cole Stonecipher. And got to wonder how much gas the Pirates have left in them running this Wildcat.
Andy, look at this replay here. Stonecipher gets the tackle, but look how many red jerseys just have him surrounded, and they don't allow him to get any kind of space. Of course, we've seen what he can do when he gets space, and Westside's doing a great job of eliminating that before he can really get started.
Yeah, outside of that big run, it looks like Westside is starting to figure out how to contain this little Wildcat formation here, this little direct snap. Wilkie going to throw now, taking a shot downfield, got a man, and it is incomplete as he was trying to link up with Bryce White, and it was just a step too far. White could not catch up to it.
Yeah, just barely out of reach because White had his man beat. You can see it here. No pressure really to the quarterback till he gets rid of the ball. White's got a step on Rasden there, and the ball's just a little bit out of reach. And that, as we said, that's just kind of how things have gone for Gosnell tonight.
3rd and 11 now as they break the huddle. Clock is stopped at 3:39 after the incompletion.
Andy, we're not used to the clock stopping after plays here at Westside. We're
not
used to the ball going in the air.
Play gets stopped before it gets started. I think we're going to have a false start on Gosnell.
Oh, they called it offsides.
They did. Our referee almost lost his balance out there, too. I noticed that.
The turf monster.
He had to come up on one leg.
We're at the time of the year, man. That turf monster will pop up from anywhere.
So now it'll be 3rd and 6. Clock will roll under 3:30. It should have stopped, though, after
the penalty.
The penalty. It was stopped due to the incompletion, but it is rolling here at Warrior Stadium. Wilkie takes a low snap, trying to find the outside edge. No, cuts back to the inside, hit at the 20 and falls forward. He might have enough for a first down.
Going to be close there. He got a little push. Fowler went to strip the ball there, and it allowed Wilkie to gain a little bit of extra yardage here.
Nice cut, though, right
Very
there
nice cut.
at the 35. And they will move the chains. And the clock still continuing to roll. Should be stopped right now. But
the chains are reset. So.
Oh, well, that's true.
It would restart there.
I stand corrected. I sit corrected. From the 26, this is the farthest the Pirates have made it downfield here in the game tonight. And how about that suplex there?
Welcome to Suplex City.
Justin McFall. Or maybe that was Edward Wilson again.
No, that was McFall there. That was 50.
Go.
Man, I give you praise for your Hawkeyes, and then I'll give him an A- on the suplex there. He's a little to the side instead of straight over the top, but still pretty effective.
Play clock is down to 18. I have some personnel swapping out here.
Yeah, now they realize that the play clock's winding on them, under 10 now.
Back to a shotgun formation now. Wilkie takes the snap.
Oh, nice cut.
Ooh. Yeah, avoided the first defender, did not avoid the following two.
Yeah, Spencer Long and Edward Wilson again in on the hit. Wilson's a little jacked up tonight, man. He's been laying the wood on some of these hits. Watch right here. See Spencer Long coming. There comes Wilson right there. Pretty hard hit.
I've had a couple of Warriors standing out tonight on defense, and
he's wanting to leave his mark in his last game here at Warrior Stadium.
It's now 3rd and 10, under a minute 20 left to play here in the first half. Wilkie taking a shot to the end zone. Wobbly pass. Going up to get it is his wide receiver, and he'll bring it down inbounds. It's Daniel Smith hauling it inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Rasden was there, kind of mistimed his jump and left Smith almost untouched here. Watch this. Rasden goes up just a little too early, and Smith has a great size advantage and almost puts a basketball-type block out on him to secure the catch there.
He absolutely boxed him out there, and it sets up a 1st and goal situation for the Pirates, trying to find the end zone before the end of the half. Here's Wilkie. Blockers in front of him, makes a cut, hit from behind, still on his feet. Do they got the pile to push into the end zone? No.
I think he's short.
They will stop him, but that referee looks like he's got his foot, Marcus, spotted at the 1.
I believe so. See on the replay here, good initial push, but the Westside defense gets just enough resistance here to hold him out of the end zone. Man, you can't get much closer than that. Now, we do have a flag on the play, but I think it's going to be against Gosnell. We'll see what the indication is here.
Well, you got to credit Wilkie for having the patience to let that play develop.
Doubt.
He was patient in the backfield, waiting on the hold to form. But unfortunately, it's going to form because of a hold.
Again, 1 step forward, 2 steps back for Gosnell. It's got to be frustrating.
Make it all the way down to the 1, and you get it called back due to a holding penalty. That hurts. Daniel Smith comes over and gets the play from Wilkie. Shotgun formation. Brian Hatley in the backfield with him. And now play will be stopped. Boy, and Wilkie was getting ready to say hello to Eli Willie again.
False start this time. So you're going to back Gosnell up even further. So you go from the ball being on the 1 to now your 1st and goal on the 20.
Still got a minute and 1 second left to play here in the first half. I think both teams with 2 timeouts. 2 wide receivers on the far side. We've got a tight end lined up in the slot on the far side. Wilkie takes a snap, looking to his left, throws to his left, looking for Smith. Runs into a defender, and they are going to call. It looks
Wow.
like interference on the Warriors here. Smith was double covered, but he ran right into Gavin Rasdon, who looked like he might have been turned to try to find the football, but he essentially impeded Smith's progress. So that's going to get penalized every time.
Yeah, that's one that they're going to call every time, just as you said. I mean, you can't get in the way of the receiver and actually impede his progress towards the ball. You can see it here on the replay. You've got the mismatch over there, even with the double coverage, but
he's essentially screening from Smith to going and getting underneath that football.
In college, that's probably uncatchable, but that's not in the rule set for high school.
So a couple of back-to-back penalties that hurt the Pirates. Now they get one that goes in their favor. They have it 1st and goal again inside the 15, and on 1st and goal they will run it to about the 10. 2nd and goal coming up. Wilkie looking to throw. Pump fakes. Now he's going to run out of the pocket. Another pump fake. He's at the 5, diving for the pylon. He's into the end zone.
That's a great play by Wilkie, and you're down 28-0, and he's still putting it all on the line right here to get into the end zone.
Looking like Johnny Manziel out here running around with the pump fakes and then diving at the last second. Boy, life in the fast lane, Wilkie. 7 seconds left in the first half, and the Pirates find the end zone, and it looks like they're about to attempt a 2-point conversion here to try to make it a 20-point ball game. They will get the football, they will kick the football away, rather, to start the second half. They won the coin toss and elected to receive. Oh, a high snap over the head of Hatley. Now Hatley running around back at the 25-yard line will get taken down by Cole Stonecipher. So after that touchdown run, that's not the way you want to have the 2-point conversion go, but either way, the score will remain 28-6. We've got 6 seconds left to play here in this first half. Finally, something goes right for the Pirates, and again, fast lane Wilkie making things happen on offense. Things have looked a little different since he took over for Reed Shelton.
Andy, speaking of making things happen, we've secured a score in the Cave City Truman game. Early in the second quarter, Cave City leads Truman 14-7. That would be a massive upset in the 4A3. We'll try to keep an eye on that. Unfortunately, there's no streaming on that game, so I can't keep an eye on it on my phone. I'll just have to keep up with the scoreboard, and anybody watching sees a score update on that before I do, text it to me or throw it in the chat, because that's definitely one we want to keep an eye on.
Well, Cave City coming in off of a high, shutting down Gosnell last week. I think 21-0 was the final of that one. They're trying to end their year on a good note, and what a good note it would be to defeat the 5-1 Truman Wildcats. 6 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's the kick that will go out of bounds, so Westside will get the ball at about the 35.
Well, I talked to a couple of Truman fans this morning, and they were a little worried about a hangover after such a big win against Rivercrest last week. And then you travel from Truman all the way out to Cave City. That's not an easy drive, to go all the way over to, central Arkansas, basically, from Truman. And it looks like that Cave City is taking advantage of the home field tonight.
Westside taking advantage of it here in Jonesboro through the first 2 quarters. 4 seconds left to play here in the half as Westside brings their offense back out to more than likely just take a knee here and go into the locker room up by 3 scores. The referees are taking a long time letting this one get started here. Now the referee's actually going to direct more time be put back on the clock. I think they need about 6 or 7 seconds up there. It's down to 4.
I think we see the same play no matter what.
And now there's 70 seconds. So, all right, and they're just going to, all right, well, nice. All right, we've got our game clock operating now. 7 seconds remaining. There's the handoff running to the right. It's Ivy. Still on his feet. Takes a nasty lick at the end of that one, though. And that should – oh, did they just throw a flag at the end of that, too?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Brian Hatley.
I think we got a little taunting going on.
Laying the lumber
sideline
on that hit, but hate to see a flag on that play. They're going to probably get him for leading with the helmet.
Well, there was definitely some chatting going on, if you will, after that hit right there on the Gosnell sideline. And then I saw the referee turn and kind of wag his finger at the coach a little bit as to say, okay, I've heard enough. So
maybe just a sideline warning.
I think there's probably going to be an unsportsmanlike in there. Let's see what indication is here. Yeah, unsportsmanlike on Gosnell. It's 3 seconds left. Did we see the Warriors put it in the air again here?
You know, why not give Hayden Alls a chance to come out and maybe
watch? See, there's the hit right there. Now watch as Michael Ivy gets up. One of the Gosnell players kind of got up in his face a little bit to, I guess, introduce himself and maybe exchange some pleasantries.
So they'll wind the play clock. Offense still on the field. 3 seconds left. Ball spotted on the Westside 30. And we've got a flag that comes out again from the head official. Another sideline warning. And they're going to give it to the Pirates now. So the head official has heard about all he wants to hear from Coach Ernest over here.
Yeah, Coach Ernest pleading his case, but I don't think he's making any progress.
He's looking around saying who was out on the field. He's saying who was out. Oh, he said, all right, take a step back, everybody. I guess he felt like they're too close. Three seconds left.
There we go.
Warriors are going to the air. A little wheel route, but Ivy could not quite get turned around. No, excuse me, Cole Stonecipher, rather, could not quite get turned around, and it will fall harmlessly incomplete. So, 2 quarters in the books here in the final regular season game in 2021. The Westside Warriors lead the Gosnell Pirates 28-6 at the halftime break. We're going to take a quick halftime break. We'll come back with some halftime entertainment for you, and Marcus and I will talk a little bit about that first half of play between the Warriors and the Pirates. All coming up next on Tubetown.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
We're going to have our pre-K and kindergarten and first grade cheer. Our pre-K chant, our kindergarten chant, and our first grade chant as they get set up here. Awesome job. Now we will have the pre-K, kindergarten, and first cheer. Awesome. Now for our second, third, and fourth grade cheer. Now we need the pre-K chants. And now our kindergarten chants. Awesome. Now for our first grade chants. Let's hear it for our second grade. Great job. Awesome job. Once again, thank you, parents, for allowing your students to take part in this Westside Cheer Clinic, where we had over 170 students take part in this clinic. Once again, thank you to Coach Lindsay and Coach Jordan.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
Getting hungry yet? Fox's Pizza in Bono can fill you up. Try one of the 10 featured gourmet pizzas, like the Steak Rancher or the Taco Pizza. Fox's offers more than just pizza. Try the delicious stromboli, salads, wings, pasta, and more. Check out the daily lunch specials from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. every day. Don't feel like getting out? Place your order online and let Fox's deliver to you. Fox's Pizza in Bono.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Warrior Halftime. Please direct your attention to the football field and notice all the trophies on the benches in the front. You will see 35 awards on that bench. The most decorated marching band in the history of Westside, the Westside Warrior Marching Band. Winner of 2 most entertaining band contests at the Mid-South Marching Invitational and the A-State Open. The band finished off the season by receiving superior ratings at the state marching contest held at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, and finished in 3rd place for all 4A bands that participated in the state meeting. We hope you enjoy for the final time our 2021 show, Bitten. Ladies and gentlemen, your Westside Warrior Marching Band.
We live in unprecedented times. Long hours, health checks to start the day. But First National Bank has been around since 1889, and we've seen unprecedented before. Even though our smiles may be masked, our dedication to service will be what's unprecedented. We'll be right here, where we've always been, doing what we do best, putting you first, always.
Halftime, 28-6, Westside leading Gosnell. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you. It has been all Westside Warriors through the first two quarters. Take a look at some of the stats from the first half. Gosnell coughing it up twice in that first quarter. And really, have, outside of the last couple of drives, Marcus have not been able to get much going offensively. And on the flip side of that, haven't really been able to slow anything down that the Warriors have been trying to do outside of that one fumble that the Warriors had back in the first quarter.
Well, and having followed Westside the entire season here, the big stat that jumps out to me is the Westside passing yards. 45 passing yards and a touchdown. If you'd have told me coming into this game that Westside would have 45 passing yards and a passing touchdown at the half, I would have had you fitted for a white jacket. I mean, I just did not see that coming. I don't think anybody did either. 205 total yards of offense. That's a pretty good first half for Westside.
Yeah, the Westside Warriors have done a good good job moving the football whenever they've had it. Of course, the Pirates have been giving them pretty good field position all night long as well. We will see if the Pirates can drop their sails and point their ship in the right direction in the second half. Westside's going to try to continue to defend their home turf. We'll have the second half for you from Jonesboro right after this on Tubetown.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Getting hungry yet? Fox's Pizza in Bono can fill you up. Try one of the 10 featured gourmet pizzas, like the Steak Rancher or the Taco Pizza. Fox's offers more than just pizza. Try the delicious stromboli, salads, wings, pasta, and more. Check out the daily lunch specials from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. every day. Don't feel like getting out? Place your order online and let Fox's deliver to you. Fox's Pizza in Bono.
A chilly evening here in Jonesboro. It's about 55 degrees, maybe a little chillier than that. I don't know if we have an official
I think that's what it is
report
in the press box here. I think it's about 55 in the press box and about 45 outside.
Maybe a little colder than that on
41
out in the elements here in Jonesboro tonight. Westside again leading the Gosnell Pirates in the final regular season game of the year, 28-6.
Statman Doug McDaniel here, on top of his game as always, not only giving us stats for the game, but he gives us the time and temperature as well. 41 degrees outside.
Oh, my gosh, 41. Yeah, it is. I said it earlier in the match. I think it's a little cooler than the other side of the pillow outside, if you will. So, but again, a great night for football. I mean, you can't ask for a better night than a crisp fall evening in the first weekend of November to have your final regular season home game.
Yeah, we're sitting here kind of complaining about the cold weather, but I would much rather be cold at football than to be like we were at the beginning of August when it's, 117 outside and about 300% humidity. So I'll take the cold all day for football over the hot.
So what do you expect to see in this second half, Marcus? I mean, obviously with the Pirates trailing by 3 scores, Westside, we know how they can kind of keep the ball and run down that game clock. Do you expect to see Coach Engel try to get out of here with this 3-score lead, or do you expect to see maybe him start reaching down into that bag of tricks like we saw in the first half, pulling out a couple of passing plays when you don't expect it?
I would say he would probably want to get 1 or 2 more scores. Now, whether those come on the ground or through the air, tonight that remains to be seen of all things. But normally I would say we'll see Fowler and Ivy and maybe some Stone Cipher and maybe a little bit of quarterback sneak with Yerta as well. But with the way things have gone tonight, he's got to keeping us all on our toes tonight.
Yeah, Gus Yerta has played really well. He's had some good completions. Again, I haven't seen him throw the football a lot this year. Here's an onside kick to start the second half, and it's easily recovered by the Warriors right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah,
Spencer Long. Spencer Long right on top of it.
Yeah, fielded that. That was a sidewinder there. It didn't have any bounce to it at all. It just spin, completely spinning. I believe it was spinning counterclockwise, and he fielded it like a ground ball and fell on it, and Westside will start near midfield.
They'll come out in that I formation that we've seen tonight. Again, one thing we haven't talked about tonight is the absence of Cameron Hedger. You often see him standing at the back of that line. Here's the pitch out to Ivy. Ivy with some blockers ahead of him at the 45. Now out to the far side. 40 tripped up at the far side numbers right about the 35-yard line. More than enough to move the chains for a Denver's Refrigeration first down. And that's how you want to come out of the locker room if you are a Westside Warrior fan.
Well, and ironic that you mentioned Cameron Hedger because that's the play right there. We usually see Hedger get to the outside and kind of hit the Jets, and Michael Ivey channeling his inner Cameron Hedger to make the big play here to get the Westside offense started.
Well, and Marcus, the interesting thing about that before that play was ran is he was in the fullback position, and he and Darvin Fowler actually swapped places, and Fowler went up to block for him. I think it worked out very well for both of them there. Now 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Fowler bouncing off of one defender, and he's just going to do what he did back in that first half, just push the pile forward. He falls down to about the 27-yard line. It'll be 2nd and about 5 to go.
He just pinballed his way to about a 5-yard gain there, just bounced off defenders before they were finally able to bring him down.
The muscle hamster on the wheel once again for the Warriors. Take a look at the Warriors sideline over there. 2nd and 5 from the Pirate 27-yard line. They have been in Pirate territory all night tonight. Didn't take them long to get there on this drive. Here's Fowler running to the right side now.
Yeah, Fowler's already got 3 scores on the night, and they're pushing forward towards the end zone again. You know he wants to get 4. I believe 5 is the school record, I believe. Logan McPherson set that school record. So you know Fowler would like nothing more than to break that. Good run right there. You know, that's Darvin Fowler doing Darvin Fowler things. He's dragging defenders with him and gaining 2 to 3 more yards after initial contact.
Moves the chains once again. 3 plays, 2 first downs here on this opening drive in the second half for Westside. Raston comes out wide here on the near side. Fowler in the backfield. Ivy is the up back. It's going to be a keeper from Yerda. Yerda turns it upfield, and he's going to make his way inside the 10-yard line. More than enough yards to pick up another first down. It'll be 1st and goal for Westside with under 10 to play in the third quarter. Take a look at this run from Gus Yerda. Look at his field awareness here.
Yeah, there's 3 defenders closing in on him, and he just kind of splits between them and picks up another 5, 6, maybe 7 yards there after he probably should have been stopped for a minimal gain.
Found the running lane the way you'd see a tailback do it. And now he's got it at the 5-yard line. Gosnell showing pressure. There's the handoff to Fowler, and there he is. Darvin Fowler with touchdown number 4 with 9:24 left to play here in the third quarter. It is now 34-6, and take a look at this.
I mean, the closest defender to him is going to be over there on the cookout lookout deck. I mean, Fowler just untouched, gets score number 4, and he was hungry, and he gets to eat a little now that he's made it to the end zone.
Well, he has been eating all night long. He's been eating up this Pirate defense as Hayden Alls is on to attempt the extra point to try to make it a 35-6 ball game. High snap, but they get it down, and it is through the uprights. So 35-6, a quick score from the Westside Warriors out of the locker room at halftime. And you're taking a look at the cookout deck. We're going to go over there and get ourselves some more snacks during this break. We'll come back right after this on Tubetown.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton back here with you in Jonesboro as Gosnell takes a kick after another Westside Warrior touchdown. 35-6 the score. It was a 9-yard touchdown rush from Darvin Fowler to find the end zone once again. His 4th of the night, Marcus. He has said it before the break, been eating up this Pirate defense.
Yeah, he's closing in on that school record. I'm going off memory here, but I believe the school record is 5. Set by Logan McPherson, and Andy, I'll walk over and get you a hot dog if you can tell me what game he set that record in. I'll give you a hint. You called it.
I was going to say, I know I called it. Give me just a minute, and I'll think about that. Let's see if I can come up with the answer before the end of this drive. I'll try to rack my brain for that one. I want that hot dog. 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter with mustard and relish, please. Here's Wilkie. And he gets driven backwards behind the line of scrimmage. They will give him about a yard loss there.
Yeah, guess who? Edward Wilson, again, with the big hit for stop, and Spencer Long was right there with him. You see right
big
here.
80 coming off the edge there.
Yeah, great penetration there. They force him back to the inside, and big 60, Edward Wilson's waiting on him, and plays all the way through the whistle there, puts him down.
So now under 7.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Second and long. Shotgun formation. Wilkie looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket, but he is sacked. Brought down by a couple of Westside Warriors.
Looks like Yerda and Spencer Long. Second play in a row where Spencer Long's been right there at the point of contact.
Well, the blocker just let him go.
Yeah. Little bit of bullfighter blocking there with an Olay move, and Spencer Long and Yerda both broke through and, again, threw the quarterback for a loss. You see the Westside sideline. They're starting to wrap up in some of those oversized jackets, so I'll take our 55 degrees inside the press box here.
We don't have to deal with the wind in here. Here's Wilkie taking off on a run.
Yeah, Wilkie's kind of been running for his life here to start the third quarter, and Westside defense picking up right where they left off here in the first half. See Wilkie kind of looking, nothing's open, so he decides to run. There's Wilson in on the play again, and Rasden brings him down. And look at the red shirts that have just surrounded him all night long. About 8 defenders right there.
Fourth down. Here's Wilkie looking to throw. Got one man downfield. It's Smith. Smith with the toe tap to stay in bounds. A first down grab for Daniel Smith, and with a little bit of college touch on that one, he's going to move the chains.
Yeah, watch it here on the replay. He's scrambling, just looking for anything, and watch the toe tap here.
Make sure he gets both feet in bounds.
I mean, that's a catch in the pros. I mean, he gets both feet in bounds, taps them there on the sideline, and picks up the big first down for Gosnell.
And you got to love to see that also. 35-6. It's freezing out here. His players still hyping him up on the sideline. Here's Wilkie with a little shovel pass forward, trying to get it to Brian Hatley, but right there to tip it out of the air is one of the Warriors.
Yeah, he was getting very close to the line of scrimmage there. I wasn't sure we wouldn't see a flag for an illegal forward pass, but he must have been just behind the line because there's no flag here. Let's see. So the line of scrimmage is about the 46, 47. Man, he's right there on it. That's very close.
It looks like he looked at the sticks before he tossed that one too. So really impressed with what
I've
seen out of Wilkie so far.
Yeah, that's great awareness to see where the sticks are.
He's out here, got a little bit of Johnny Manziel in him, brought down by his collar that time though, and definitely going to get a horse collar tackle at the end of that one.
Yeah, Yerda broke through, had him, but couldn't get his hand off the back of the pads there and pulled him down by the horse collar, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty and move the sticks again for Gosnell here.
There's a personal foul against Westside.
A little quarterback-on-quarterback violence there.
QB1 on QB, I guess, 2. And the clock still continuing to roll here at Warrior Stadium. Had some issues with that this evening.
We're not in mercy rule territory yet. So you can see the replay here. He's grabbing, trying to get the jersey.
And he has absolutely got his hands inside the pads there. And you're going to get whistled for that. So
no doubt on that.
So the Warriors look like they're going to call a timeout. Their first of the second half. Stops the clock with 3:50, and it actually stopped this time too. So,
Landy, got a score update. Cave City is hanging on to a razor-thin 14-13 lead early into the third quarter. Rivercrest having absolutely no problem with Blytheville tonight. They lead 33-0 in the third. Now, if Cave City's able to hold on and beat Truman, then Rivercrest would jump up to that number 2 slot. Truman falls to the 3, and then it looks like, unless things get really crazy here in the last quarter and in 3:50, Westside's going to have the 4 seed.
Don't forget, if you missed any part of tonight's game, you want to go back and watch some of these awesome Darvin Fowler touchdowns that you missed, make sure you catch the replay Saturday night at 6 p.m. on Ritter Cable Channel 21, or you could catch the replay Thursday night at 7 p.m. on Suddenlink Channel 18. Marcus giving you an update on the conference standings. If Truman does lose that game, that will mean it will be Pocahontas and Rivercrest who are co-champions.
Co-champions, but Pocahontas would have the top seed.
Right.
No, it would change, and Rivercrest would have the top seed because Truman had the head-to-head tiebreaker over Rivercrest, but Rivercrest beat Pocahontas, so Rivercrest
would get the number one.
Would move up to the number 1.
Provocative. Here's a pass intercepted by
Nice
Rasden.
play.
He just picked that one right out of the air. On the return, out to the 30, the 35, now the 40. He cuts up midfield.
Watch out here.
Far side 40. Foot race down the far sideline. He is pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. What an interception and return by Ashton Rasden.
Absolutely spectacular play. I mean, you can't pick it any better than this. I mean, he pulls it right out of the air, timed his jump perfectly, and then he's off to the races. He's looking like a running back here. Look, he's looking for blockers to get behind, picks up a couple of great blocks, gets out into some open field, and I think he just kind of ran out of gas when he got to about the 45 or the 40. The offense turned defense, started closing in on him a little bit.
Yeah, the 2 players that he had left to outrun are probably 2 of the fastest we've seen for the Pirates in Wilkie and Brian Hatley.
Absolutely great interception there.
And he's already got a touchdown catch to his credit tonight as well. He's lined up as the near side wide receiver here, but they're going to hand it off to Michael Ivey on 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. What a pick.
It's actually Caleb Mueller on the carry there.
24, not 21. Beg your pardon. Here's the replay. Fake it to the left and run with Mueller to the right.
Little misdirection there.
Rasden getting a loud reception as he comes off the field.
Yeah, Dylan Yancey's checked in for him. Yancey, one of the seniors tonight. The entire senior class were the honorary captains for tonight. We see him go to Yancey here. Nope, not this play.
Go back to Mueller. And that time he ran right in to a couple of Gosnell Pirates who were waiting in the wings. Daniel Smith in there.
So, Andy, another score of interest tonight from the 5A East Conference. Undefeated Nettleton and undefeated Wynn. Wynn leads 22-20 in the third quarter of what the legendary Dick Clay would call a barn burner. So got quite the game going between Nettleton and Wynn in the 5A, and that's for the 5A title. Neither team has a conference loss, so that's for all the marbles tonight.
Certainly a fun one to pay attention to there.
Stepping across the state, Prairie Grove having no trouble with Elkins. They're up 38-6 at halftime.
So if Westside goes on to win this game, which this one is well in tow at the moment, as we are under a minute left to play here in the third quarter. Again, it's chilly here in Jonesboro tonight. So I want to give a shout out to our camera guy, Chase Weeks up there. Look at him up there freezing. Look at the breath coming out of him. It's cold up there, guys. You have no idea. Big shout out to him and appreciate all the work he's done, not just this season, but tonight as well, braving the elements for us up there.
Man, he's like the Postal Service used to be. Neither rain nor snow nor any elements can stop the man from doing his job.
He always delivers. Under 20 left to play here. There's about a 3-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. Play clock reading at about 13, game clock now down to 10. So Westside comfortable with just running out the clock here.
Yeah, one more score and we're going to be in turbo clock territory.
And that will end the third quarter. So we're headed to the fourth and final quarter of the 2021 regular season here in Jonesboro. We'll come back with the fourth quarter of action right after this on Tubetown.
This is where it all began. The careers of governors and mayors, business leaders and thinkers, doctors and researchers, artists and teachers, champions and victors. This is who shaped their futures, no matter where they were. This is where it started. This is where success ignited. This is where they were A-State made.
We live in unprecedented times. Long hours, health checks to start the day. But First National Bank has been around since 1889, and we've seen unprecedented before. Even though our smiles may be masked, our dedication to service will be what's unprecedented. We'll be right here, where we've always been, doing what we do best, putting you first, always.
Crowd is all bundled up here in Jonesboro tonight as we've got temperatures under 50 degrees, but they are excited because the Westside Warriors are winning 35-6 over the Gosnell Pirates. If this holds on, it'll only be the third time the Pirates have lost to the Warriors in 20 years.
Yeah, don't let the looks on their face fool you. They are excited. It just may just be a little too chilly out there to let the excitement flow at the moment.
4th and 11 for the Warriors here to start the fourth quarter inside of Pirate territory. Yerda taking a shot. It's going to be a touchdown. How about that?
Another passing touchdown. I believe that was Montana Neely on the catch.
Yep, Neely on the slant pattern.
There you go. You see it right here. He beats his man to the inside. He's got no inside help there. Slant pattern open all day right there. Neely making sure he held on to the ball.
Well, when you're a cornerback and you're playing the outside shoulder, the shoulder that's closest to the sideline, you're opening yourself up for that slant route all day long. And after getting beat deep a couple of times, I think they were looking for that over-the-shoulder catch that we saw back in the first quarter. Alls will put this one through the uprights, and it will be 42-6 to start the fourth quarter. We'll step aside for another quick break. We're back with more action from Jonesboro right after this.
Getting hungry yet? Fox's Pizza in Bono can fill you up. Try one of the 10 featured gourmet pizzas, like the Steak Rancher or the Taco Pizza. Fox's offers more than just pizza. Try the delicious stromboli, salads, wings, pasta, and more. Check out the daily lunch specials from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. every day. Don't feel like getting out? Place your order online and let Fox's deliver to you. Fox's Pizza in Bono.
This is where it all began. The careers of governors and mayors, business leaders and thinkers, doctors and researchers, artists and teachers, champions and victors. This is who shaped their futures, no matter where they were. This is where it started. This is where success ignited. This is where they were A-State made.
As you can see from the banner, the road to the playoffs under construction here in Jonesboro on the campus of Westside High School. The students brought their hard hats tonight, and so did the Warriors out here on the gridiron. They now lead the Gosnell Pirates 42-6 as this kickoff goes over the head of Xavier Lewis. He lets it drop down to the 2. He lost the football. Westside's going to pick it up at the 1.
Well, you talk about construction workers doing work. Westside is definitely doing work tonight, and they are not in the slow lane at all. Did they rule that a touchdown, or did they rule it down at the 1?
I think they ruled it down right at the 1.
Let's see here. Good pop right there by who else? Spencer Long on special teams. Breaks it loose, and, yeah, it looks like they're going to mark it down just outside the end zone. My goodness.
And it looked like, and I don't know this for sure, obviously, being up here and not down on the field, but it looked like Wilkie was almost telling Lewis, let it roll in the end zone, and then it just died on him.
Yeah, it died on him, and then your reflex is going to be to fall on it the instant you see it loose. that's what you're taught to do. And, so now you line up at the 1 yard line, and you got to figure Westside's gonna punch this in pretty quickly, and then we will definitely be in turbo clock mode at that point.
The clock continuing to roll now with 8:30. Play clock is down to 10.
New quarterback, Andy.
And running.
Colton Carter in at quarterback now.
We'll see what Colton Carter can do with the Warriors. They'll hand it off up the middle, and it will be a touchdown. As Marcus said, Michael Ivy finding the end zone for the Warriors here to make it 48-6. Clock will continue to roll now at the 8-minute mark. Take a look at the replay.
Yeah, just
quick and easy score there for Michael Ivy.
So Andy got an update from Cave City. Cave City now leads Truman 20-13. Truman had the ball on the 1 yard line, fumbled. Cave City ran it back 99 yards for the score.
Well, things are falling apart for the Truman Wildcats. Things are looking pretty good for the Westside Warriors. 49-6, they now lead the Gosnell Pirates. 7:40 and counting to play here in the fourth quarter. We're back with more action right after this on Tubetown.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
49-6 after a 1 yard touchdown rush by Michael Ivy. Extra point from Hayden Alls, who has been solid all night long. Hasn't missed an extra point yet. 6:45 and counting left to play here in Jonesboro. Final regular season game for both of these teams, and the Warriors are running away with it quite literally.
Yeah, you can't get much better of a performance at your last home game of the year than what Westside's had tonight. We were talking about it in the break, Andy. This is by far the most dominating performance Westside's had, I would say, probably in the last 2 years.
I would agree since McPherson was on the squad for sure. Another high kick will be taken at about the 48-yard line. Fair catch called for by Sid Lara.
Well, and there's just something about, they get to play Gosnell last year. COVID got that game last year.
Yep.
And so they didn't make the trip over, but this only being the third win for Westside since 1999, obviously going to be the biggest margin of victory in series history. I don't remember the exact score of the game in 99, but I believe it was a pretty close game, much like the game in 2019 coming down to the wire. Tonight has just been a total domination by the Warriors on both sides of the ball.
They have played a complete game, you're right, on both sides of the football. It hasn't just been one or the other. Here's Wilkie getting flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to step up and run with it. He's got some speed. He'll make his way to the far sideline and get knocked out in front of the Warriors bench. Gets lost in a sea of red over there.
Yeah, Gosnell probably got by with a hold there. Looked like maybe that Ahmad Turner might have had a hold of one of the Westside defenders here. You can see it here on the replay. Yeah, so it's actually 68. That was, you want to pronounce that name, Andy?
Arturo Villeta. There's two L's back to back, so that's a
okay.
That's a sound, right? Villeta. Or it could just be
That's
Villeta.
why you're the play-by-play guy and I'm the color guy.
It makes sense. Thanks for throwing me under the bus. Wide open is Hatley at the 30-yard line, and Hatley will run in the end zone for a score. Boy, Brian Hatley didn't have a red jersey anywhere around him. And just like that, the Pirates find the end zone.
Yeah, there was nobody within 20 yards of him on that play. He snuck behind the Westside defense here. Nobody picks him up. He takes off in a dead sprint from the time the ball is snapped, gets completely behind the defense, just caught him napping, and finished the play.
Looked like the two linebackers playing zone there.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the field and just dumped it right over the top of him.
Yeah, lack of communication there. You just had a breakdown. About the only breakdown they've had all night on the defensive side of the ball. And, it's 49-12 now, and Gosnell's lining up for the two-point conversion again.
Here's Wilkie looking for the end zone. Got a man right at the goal line, and they'll complete the pass for the 2-point conversion. It's an unnamed player on our roster, so very likely a freshman getting a catch there in tonight's game, and congratulations for those 2 points. 49-14 is the score now with 3:30 and counting left to play in the ball game. We'll step aside for another quick break. Come back with more action from Jonesboro after this.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Getting hungry yet? Fox's Pizza in Bono can fill you up. Try one of the 10 featured gourmet pizzas, like the Steak Rancher or the Taco Pizza. Fox's offers more than just pizza. Try the delicious stromboli, salads, wings, pasta, and more. Check out the daily lunch specials from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. every day. Don't feel like getting out? Place your order online and let Fox's deliver to you. Fox's Pizza in Bono.
Counting to play here in tonight's football game as the Gosnell Pirates have found the end zone for the second time tonight. Nice little pass from Lane Wilkie out to Brian Hatley. The kickoff afterwards, you just saw, taken out to about the 25-yard line. And with 2 minutes left to play here in the regular season and counting, clock does not have to stop. Really, all the Warriors have to do is just play one more, maybe run one more play. And we'll see what Coach Engel wants to do. 20 seconds already on the play clock. Now they break the huddle and they'll step up.
Yeah, this last minute and a half, Andy, will probably go pretty quick here as we got the running clock. You got to figure that unless I don't figure anybody's going to call timeouts at this point. You know, it's all academic here, so.
Yeah, I just have to run, I think, one more play, and that should do it for Westside. They will finish the year with a record of, I believe, 5-4. Is that correct, Marcus, on the year?
I'm sorry. I was talking to the truck.
Westside, their record on the year, I believe.
Be 4-5,
4-5,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so every game they've won has been a conference game here. So
has been.
Andy, while we're waiting for this last play to take off here, I want to throw a huge thank you to ASU TV and the guys in the truck.
Absolutely. They've made this season a lot of fun.
Every home game has just been absolutely A-plus top-notch. They brought out the big toys, you know, that they had to show off, and the students and the crew who have put their skills to the use in the truck all season long for every home game we've had have just been top-notch. And as far as I'm concerned, they're welcome back to work on my crew anytime
Absolutely.
they want.
Yeah, they have made this season a really fun thing to be a part of. Of course, it's always fun to do these football games, but whenever you get to kind of add almost an extra element of professionalism
No
to
doubt.
it, it kind of takes it up, you know, as you said, kind of to the next level. All there is left to do is just run this last play as time expires, and there is the final play of 2021. A little extracurricular going on there after the play between Xavier Lewis and Jeff Rouse, but the two will go their separate ways, and that will be all she wrote here from Jonesboro Westside. Coach Engel gets a I don't think he just got a nice bath. I don't think he was either, but he got a nice bath either way. 49-14, again, the final score. A complete dominating performance by the Warriors in all facets tonight.
Yeah.
Not just offense and defense, but as we saw in the last couple possessions, their special teams as well.
Played by far their best game of the year. As I said earlier, probably the best overall game that I've seen them play since the 2019 season. And, you know, that's what you want this time of year. You want your team to be peaking right as they go into playoffs. And you never know. Crazy things can happen, man. When you get into postseason, you know, you throw the records out, and basically everybody starts at 0-0, and you never know what might happen on any given night with the way a football can bounce. So,
well, it's even more impressive that the Westside Warriors did what they did tonight without one of their most dangerous weapons in Cameron Hedger.
Yes. Yeah, Hedger got injured last week at Highland, left, I believe, before halftime and never came back, and then we never saw him tonight either. So it's just, for them to be able to line up. And don't forget, they'd already lost Connor Crane.
That's right.
Another key piece on offense and defense both. He was out for the year with a major arm injury. So they were down two of their main weapons and still come out tonight and put on the best performance of the season.
Yeah, they really did. Again, all facets of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. Again, a 49-14 victory over the Gosnell Pirates to end out the year. And they'll head to the playoffs across the state to face off against Prairie Grove. Again, that game will be next Friday night.
Next Friday night at looks like at Prairie Grove. Prairie Grove was dominating their score earlier as well, so it looks like that's where they'll be going.
A big thanks to everybody who made tonight possible and this season as well. Again, a big shout out to ASU TV and our director for tonight, Dustin Sullivan. Of course, Marcus Carlton, our executive producer here at Tubetown. Again, a big thanks to everybody who made this season possible. And we go out on a high note here in Jonesboro. Westside defeating the Gosnell Pirates again, 49-14. For everybody on the crew and for Marcus Carlton, I'm Andy Maness saying so long. We'll see you back for more Westside Warrior Sports right here on Tubetown.